I'm live and I'm on time. I'm actually a couple minutes early. Yay. Hello, everyone. Valerie Walton here at valeriewalton.com. So excited to talk to you today about how you can start closing more sales in your business and how you can do it without being sleazy, salesy, manipulative, without having to use scripts and all that crazy tomfoolery. So, cannot wait to discuss this with you, and it's all coming up. All right. So excited. Happy holidays, everyone. Again, my name is Valerie Walton, and I am a certified online business coach. I've been doing this for the past 5 years. I've helped over 5,000. Yeah, it's close to 5,000 now. I've been saying over 4,000 for so long. Entrepreneurs to be able to get their start as well as improve how they run their home businesses so that they can get what they're actually looking for. So very excited to be here with you. Let's see here. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up a few notes as we get started today. There we go. All right, cool. So while you're watching me, make sure that you say hello inside of the comments, and also let me know where you're tuning in from. More importantly, let me know what are some of your biggest concerns as you're growing your business, whether you're brand new or if you've been doing this for a while, you're looking to go next level. Do you feel like you're missing a piece of the puzzle? Like, what exactly would you like to know that can further help you grow the business? That's something that's really important to me. And I just want to share this before we jump right in. I want to talk to you about why I do these videos, okay? Because I'm giving away a lot of great information for free, okay? And I'm starting to really rethink this. But I'm doing it because there are many home business owners out here like yourself who know that they want to make money, but they don't have a full understanding of exactly how to do that step by step, right? In addition to that, they're given contradictory, confusing business advice that leaves them feeling overwhelmed and frustrated that their business is becoming harder than it should be, right? We've been told, oh, it's so easy, but it's not feeling that way anymore. So this is where I come in, because I help you to develop some clarity and provide you with some simple daily steps that only take you a few hours a day in order to grow a profitable business that will allow you to breathe easy and grow a business that helps more people and makes you more money so that you can live a happier lifestyle without any financial limits on you. Okay, so that's my focus. All right. So now let's jump right in as I open up the chat. Hey, Iwana, so great to see you. Okay, so I actually have some notes for this one because I didn't want to leave anything out. First things first, in order to get people in front of you for you to even talk to in the first place, there are two ways that you can do this through social media and social media marketing. Okay, there is your passive way, and then there's your proactive way. So I'm going to talk about each one. How's that? Okay. So with the passive way, typically the way that you generate these leads that you're going to be talking to, so that you can prospect them, see if they qualify for your offer. Typically the way that you'll find them is either through lead magnets, right? It's really important that you have a lead magnet so that you can collect the lead's information. This allows you to build your list of contacts. Your list of contacts is going to be the greatest asset, the most important asset you will ever own. Okay? Don't let anybody fool you on that. And remember what it is that you own. Because some people will say, oh, well, just because you have an autoresponder to store your contacts in, you don't own the autoresponder. I'm not talking about autoresponders. I'm not talking about CRMs, also known as customer relationship managers. and that kind of software. I'm not talking about the software. I'm talking about the fact that you own this information. Folks have given it to you. You didn't have to buy it, right? I teach you how to get there, get contact information, and grow your list for free, organically. Okay? And the idea of being able to build your list for free, build the most important asset that you have for free, is so powerful. And yet so many home business owners overlook this very important tool. The way that you grow this list of leads, list of contacts, is through a lead magnet. So if you're looking for a more passive way, especially if you're someone who's trying to build your business while you're also working, and your business is your side hustle right now that you'd like to turn into your main hustle, right? Then you definitely are going to need a lead magnet, in my humble yet professional opinion. Okay. I've seen this too much to not know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay. All right. So there's that. Also, not only will you need a lead magnet, but you're going to need your marketing message. You're going to need to have a way to post. Okay. You're going to do your social media posts where you can sometimes put in some, things like curiosity or lifestyle posts, and sometimes offer the lead magnet up front. So those are two ways that you're going to be finding your leads, people, prospects, people to talk to passively. Now let's talk about the proactive way, because listen, you can't do one without the other. If you are expecting to grow a solid, stable, sustainable, long-term, profitable business, okay, you want to be able to make money in your business consistently, daily. You're going to need to do both. Unfortunately, I see a lot of people out here that have been told, I don't know why, on behalf of coaches and trainers that actually know what we're doing, my bad, like I apologize. But you can't just do passive. And there's a reason for that. There's several reasons why you can't just do passive and just post and then bam, you're going to make all this money. It doesn't work that way. You're going to need to be proactive as well. So the proactive way is where you seek out people who fit the profile, right, of what your target audience is. And this is why it's important for you to know and have clarity on who that is, what that looks like. And when I say the target audience, when you look at a target, you'll see you've got rings around it, but then you have in the very center your bullseye. So I'm really talking about your bullseye audience. I should coin that, but I feel like it needs to be called something better. But you need your bullseye audience. You need to pinpoint, determine, get crystal clear, laser focused on what that person looks like. So when I teach people how to figure this out, how to get clarity on it, I like to talk to you about not only the demographic, right? We can sit here all day and say, oh, well, I want to help women who are moms between the age of 30 and 50, and they live in the suburbs of a major city, and, all of that. Yeah, I could do that, but that's only the demographic. That's just facts and figures and statistics. I need more than that. I need the psychographic as well. I need to be thinking about the person's thoughts, beliefs, the situation that they're in right now, what is going on in their life that has led them to this point that they're looking for a solution. They're looking for me. They just haven't found me yet. I need that. And I think that's the thing that really helps people to get the crystal clear image of who their target audience is. And that's why I teach it. Okay. So if you need some help with this, if you're having a little bit of a challenge trying to figure this out, don't feel like you need to do this alone. That's why I'm here. Okay. So what you'll want to do is follow the direction down here, get some exclusive details on how to start boosting your profits now, get the clarity that you need, get the step-by-step blueprint. Go to ValerieWalton.com. Get on that VIP email list like yesterday. Okay. So that's typically what you're going to do in terms of your target audience. Now, once you have that in place, Now it's going to be easier for you to find them on social media. So you'll be looking around. Facebook is great for this. They have such great resources in terms of where you can go through certain Facebook tools that will allow you to be able to target audience, like Facebook groups. Because again, if you're not only looking at the demographic, but also the psychographic, you'll probably be able to find better groups with a more red hot target audience. So you can find yourself some red hot leads and prospects to talk to. Without it, if you stay very vague and you're not crystal clear, you're going to find that when you start looking for groups, that you're not going to find very engaging groups. People aren't going to be, interacting and engaging in conversation. They're just going to be pitching, or they're going to be talking about things that are irrelevant to what you offer. You don't want that. So this is why I also teach to focus on the psychographic even more so than demographic, right? So places like groups, places like fan pages of various influencers that are in your niche, right? I typically say niche, but some of you like to hear me say niche. So I put that out there for today. You're welcome. Okay. But you'll want to think about that and get clear so that you can go into the right places on Facebook and save yourself a lot of time, right? Because it is so much easier to deliver your marketing message from one to many as opposed to one-on-one, right? So if I want you to picture it like this. If you're, let's say you sing country music, okay? If you sing country music and you're creating your content, that is a song, and you want to get your song out there, right? Your song is your message. You're trying to get that out there. You want to get it out there in front of the right people. You can't say, well, everybody's got ears, so everybody's a prospect, because there are people out there that hate country music. Okay. So if you are a country music singer and you want to become a superstar and you want to, impact lives with your music and your creativity and your artistry, if you want to be able to do that, when your songs go out, when your content goes out, you want to make sure it's going out in front of the right audience, your fans or potential fans. So you don't want your song played on every radio station. You just want it played on the country music stations. You don't want to get on stage at Madison Square Garden unless the audience is full of country music fans. It would be crazy for you as a country artist to go and put yourself in front of a classical music and opera audience. It would be crazy for you to put yourself in front of a rap audience. It would be crazy for you to put yourself in front of a hip hop audience. It would be crazy for you to put yourself in front of, a Latin music audience. They don't want to hear your message. They don't care how good it is. They don't care how hard you worked on it. Right? And it's the same thing for you as a home business owner, as a marketer. You cannot get out here thinking that just because your message is good and just because your intentions are good, that people should buy from you. That's not how business works. Business requires skills. So you're going to have to develop these skills. And it all starts with developing a quick and simple skill of knowing and then finding your target audience. Okay. So this is why I love groups. I love fan pages for this reason. I can find a group of people. I can find an already made for me audience and go plant myself in front of them. Right. I could just go get on stage and bam, my fan base is already here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So in the proactive way, once you've found that target audience, now you can reach out to them also through posts or through following them or through friending them, sending them a friend request. But bonus nugget, write this down. If you send someone a friend request, always send along with it a message letting them know why you sent the friend request. Okay? Now, I've done other videos on that, on what the message should entail, why exactly you're sending it, and what types of people you should be looking for to want to send a friend request to. So if you don't have access to that information, right, if you haven't seen it, make sure that you're going back through either my Facebook fan page, or better yet, honestly, my YouTube channel, and go back over there and look through the content there, because that's where the most content is actually on my YouTube channel. Okay, so, and subscribe while you're at it. Okay, so those are the ways that you would be uh, finding the people to talk to in the first place. Now that you got them, right? Now what's next? Because I get this all the time. People are like, I don't know what to say to people. I don't even know where to begin the conversation in order to transition to business or lead them into an offer. I have no clue what to do, what to say. I feel like I need to do this right. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to sound silly. I don't want the person to feel like I don't really care about them, all that kind of stuff, right? So here are 5 tips. Get ready. Write this down. Number 1, talk about something meaningful. I don't do the small talk and the chit chat crap. I don't do none of that. It's a waste of time. And in my opinion, it's fake social. We know why you're doing it, right? How's the weather over there in the suburbs of DC, Val? Why do you want to know that? Are you coming over here? Do you live over here? If you live over here, then you already know what the weather is like. And if you're not traveling over here, I don't know why you want to know. Like, what do you want? Right? Like, that's what's going on in people's heads. What do you want? Okay. And so your intention going into the conversation should be that you want to develop a meaningful connection with them. It's the meaningful connections with people, the meaningful relationships that you build with people that turn them into a loyal customer, not just a one-time fling type of customer, right? And that's what you want. If you want a sustainable business, you want to start getting paid for years, you want to get paid in a way that you can throw your job to the side and be like, bye, y'all, I'm out, right? If that's what you want, then the intention behind what you're doing should be all about genuinely wanting to develop a meaningful relationship with them. It's got to be all about them and not you. Okay? So that's one thing. Talk about something meaningful. And I'm going to break this down even more in just a sec. Tip number 2 is, while you're in conversation with them, discover what their values are and where you can relate to that. Because relatability is how you create relationships. It's all about how you relate to one another. That's what a relationship is. The root word is in it, right? So in what ways can you two relate to one another? That is what is going to create your bond. And that is what is going to create the trust. You must have trust if you plan on making transactions at any point in this relationship with this person. No trust, no transaction. I don't care what it is you offer. I don't care how cheap it is. I don't care how great it is. No trust, no transaction. Write that down. Quote me on it. Okay? Because if you think about it, think about some of your favorite places to shop. There are some places that you go where it's not the cheapest place, but you go there anyway. You're loyal to them. Why? You trust the brand, right? I saw this argument on a Facebook post at one day, and I was like, this is so ridiculous, because one person, hello, my fellow Facebook user pal, hey, I saw one person trying to get that point across, right? That trust is important, and relationships are important. And this person comes back all smart alecky, and they're like, well, if you look at places like Amazon or whatever, like, I don't personally know Jeff Bezos, and I don't have to know him in order to buy from Amazon. That's not the point. You see how people try to be smart, and they don't even realize that they missed the whole. Child, it went way over your head, child. You missed it, child. You didn't know that? Oh, okay. Right? So when it comes to that, again, it's the trust in the brand. Now, for us as home business owners, as marketers, whether it's network marketing, affiliate marketing, multi-level marketing, what have you, with us, we are our brand, right? We have a very small business where typically when we start off, it's just us. We may eventually grow to the point that we hire a virtual assistant or two, something like that. But typically, we are the company, we are the brand. Our network marketing company or our affiliate program is not our business. It's just the program or the tools by which we facilitate our business, our solution, which is us, right? The solution is they need to connect with us. Once they connect with us, then we provide them with the tools that can help them solve their problem. And that's typically how it works. Okay. So that's really important, to make sure that you're finding a way that you can relate to one another so that the trust can start to form so that eventually you can make the transaction. Now, for anybody that's asking, well, Val, how long is that going to take? How long is it going to be before they trust me? The hell if I know. And this is why I'm saying that. That's like going up to somebody and saying, hey, how long does it typically take you to be friends with someone, anyone? I don't know. There are some people that we have so much in common, we instantly click. There are some people where we have a few things in common, and after a few conversations, then we click. There are some people that we had nothing in common, but still somehow we click. And then there's some people that I have a lot of stuff in common with, but I don't like them, and they don't like me, and we never clicked. Right? So we're not friends. So it really depends on not only the relatability, but as you're having the conversations, you're getting to know one another, whether or not you feel that spark, right? How long it takes for most of the relationships that I've built with people, it doesn't take very long. It takes a matter of minutes. But there are other cases where, for example, I've built relationships with people. I had one person, it took them 2 years before they bought something from me. But once they finally bought that first thing from me, they buy every time I offer something. Right? So it depends. I can't tell you. I can't give you a number. And I think that's another issue that a lot of people have with the whole home business space. And I don't know why. Because in life in general, you don't get that. Right? You don't have these specific numbers and stats and guarantees in life. And yet we expect it in business, and it just don't work like that. Okay, it's risky. You make a decision and you live through the consequences and you see what happens. You have to test things out, right? There are going to be times you just have to take the plunge and see what happens and adjust in the air. Okay. So that was tip number 2. Discover what their values are and where you two can relate to one another. Tip number 3 is find the pain point. As you're having a conversation with people, one of the most important things that you're going to need to do is listen, because as a home business owner, as a marketer, we are professional problem solvers. In order to be able to solve a problem, you have to become a professional communicator as well. Part of great communication is not just how you talk and what you say, but it's also how you listen. You're going to need to become an active listener. You're going to need to be paying attention, respecting the words and the thoughts that people are sharing with you, and then allowing that to process in your brain to figure out and detect where there is a problem, where is there an issue, where is there a challenge, where is there some missing piece that you could possibly fill in with your offer. You've got to listen out for that pain point. Okay. And I know in this industry, that word, that term, pain point, is so cliche. You hear it all the time. But just to keep it simple, I'm using that word. Just so you know, finding the pain point is something like what their goals are. Even though a person setting a goal is typically a positive thing, there's a pain point that lies within that, because this is something they want, but they don't have it yet. And that's painful. Boom, pain point. Or if you ask one of the more obvious pain points, like what is a fear that they have, or what are they worried or concerned about in life, right? And they tell you that, Now you're starting to learn what some of their pain points are. And as you're doing that, it will help you to determine where you can help out. Because again, you're the professional problem solver. That's what entrepreneurs are. Okay. Now, tip number 4, you're going to offer according to what their values are. And this is why I put that first. If you take the time to discover what their values are in the first place, then when it's time for you to offer it, you're going to offer it not through your eyes, you're going to offer it through their eyes and their perspective. This is where so many marketers make a mistake. So, for example, you want to bring somebody into your business opportunity. What most people typically do is they say, okay, well, you're looking to make a little bit of extra money from home. Well, I joined this business and I think you should too. I joined the business because I needed this and I found that and I thought this was a good idea and I think it's great that they have this, blah, blah, blah. It's all through your eyes. What about them? What about their perspective on what the features and benefits are and how it's valuable and meaningful to them? Hello, right? Because again, as a marketer, as an entrepreneur, you're here to serve. Could you imagine, right? Let's look at how people serve in another real world example. When you go to a restaurant and you have a waiter, they serve you, right? Could you imagine if the waiter only focused on himself? They hand you the menu. You're looking over the menu trying to figure out what you want. And they say to you, okay, so tonight we have some amazing specials. And I really like the steak because the steak, they make it is so tender and juicy. And I really love that, especially when you get it with the little hollandaise sauce and stuff. Child, you got to get that. And so I highly recommend it. You should get that. And they could do all of this talking, not realizing that you're vegan because they didn't take the time to learn anything about you. They didn't even ask about you. They didn't even say, well, what would you like today? Do you see anything that you like? Would you like a recommendation? They didn't do none of that. They didn't take the time to find out your values. If they did, they would have found out that you're vegan. That's valuable to you. Why are we doing this in network marketing? Why are we doing this in home business? See, it would have been different if you would have asked them, what do you recommend off the menu? And by the way, I'm vegan, right? Or if they ask you, well, do you have any dietary needs or preferences? And you say, oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. Actually, I do. I'm vegan. Then they could say, well, based on you, based on that, based on your value, I would recommend these dishes here. See, that would have been an entirely different experience. So my question to you is, what kind of experience are you giving your prospects when you're talking to them? Are you giving them an experience where you've created an atmosphere of comfort and safety so that they can feel safe enough to open up to you and share with you what their values are and their pain points are? If not, you ain't gonna close no sale. I can tell you that right now. Anyway, here's tip number 5. Before you even make the offer, in your mind, look at your mental checklist and make sure you've checked off these 3 things. Okay. And those 3 things are, do they need what you have to offer? Do they desire what you have to offer? And do they have the means and the willingness to buy what you have to offer? Through your conversation, these things must get checked off the box before you ever even think about offering anything. Most people won't do this. And if they try, if they attempt to do it, they don't do all 3. They think, oh, 2 out of 3 is enough. And it's not. It's not. You're not. Look, I'm telling you. Okay, you're not going to close the sale if you don't do this. Okay, so discovering the need is a part of, when you're finding out their values. When you're taking the time to get to know a little bit about what is meaningful for them, that will help you to discover and help take you down that course of whether or not this is actually something that they feel that they're going to need. Okay. Now, granted, there are people out here that don't always buy what they need. Sometimes they buy it just because they want it. I get that. But that's where the desire part comes in. Do they desire it? Because even though, like on the flip side, even though a person may need something, they'll easily put it off if they don't think that now's the time, or that there's nothing pressing at this moment for them to be able to want it right now. Okay. So you've got to determine both. And you do that through the conversation, right? As you're taking the time to learn more about them. This is not about us, right? I never spend time in a prospecting conversation talking about how much money I've made and how big of a team I've built. I never talk about that stuff, because 80 to 90% of the time spent in the conversation is all that person, that prospect, talking to me. Yeah, I can kick off the conversation, but I do it with 3 simple words. And then that sets the tone for them to just open up to me and share and give me all the information I need to know before I make the offer, which puts the odds in my favor that they say yes. You have control over that. Put the odds in your favor. So yes, we need the need, we need the desire. And like I said, the third and final thing is the one people chicken out on. And this is the one you need. Probably, if I had to choose, this would be the one you need the most. Do they have the means and willingness to buy what you have? Because here's the deal. A lot of people will sit there and say, my product doesn't cost that much. My business opportunity doesn't cost that much to get started in. Everybody's got this amount of money. It should be fine. It's very affordable. And then boom, they throw out the pitch. And the person says, oh, I don't have money for that. Can I get back to you? And then you sitting there with egg on your face, right? The reason why is because you didn't check first whether or not they had the resources and the willingness to buy. Because notice what I put out there, that your prospect a lot of times will say, I don't have the money for that. They didn't say I don't have the money, period. They'll typically say, I don't have the money for that. Meaning, right, let's go deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper into the subconscious mind, into that psyche, right? Meaning, oh, I have the money, right? I have money to be able to use towards that, but I don't want to. Why don't I want to? I don't see enough value in this. I don't see enough of a urging, pressing reason to take any action right now. If I had to prioritize it, wouldn't be at the top of my list. I've got other things that are at the top of my list. So I don't have money for that. I've got money for other stuff right now. I got to use it for that. And again, looking at your average person, that money they're using towards a lot of things that they probably don't need, and yet they're paying for it. And here they are sitting in front of you, and you're offering them something they do need, and they're not buying it. And it's because we didn't take the time to check. So do they have the means and the willingness to buy? Because again, it could be something cheap, right? You could offer something maybe on a trial for $10 or a trial for $1. And the person tells you, I don't have money for that. You're like, what? I know this person got $10. Right? But that's where the willingness part comes in. And so, again, this needs to be a part of your conversation. Are you asking questions about some of their experience with trying to solve this problem before they found you? Are you asking them questions that help you to learn more about, at least a ballpark figure of what they've spent in the past trying to solve this problem, if they've spent anything at all? Whether or not they would be willing to invest money into solving their problem, whatever it may be, because I don't know, it depends on what kind of business you're offering people. But that is something really important that needs to be known before you put your offer out there. If you do not present the offer in a way that is from their eyes, their perspective, their values and beliefs, and if you do not present the offer in a way that you have determined whether or not they even have the resources and are willing to buy, you will not get a yes. And what you're going to get is oh, can I get back to you? Oh, I'll have the money in 2 weeks. The next time I get paid. Oh, I need to check with my spouse. Oh, I don't know. I saw something similar to what you were talking about that was way cheaper. Oh, get back to me in like a month, right? You'll hear all of this stuff. And all it is a bunch of excuses. They're trying to excuse their way out and justify why they're telling you no. That's basically what it is. They're rejecting you. They know it, you know it, but they're trying to, in your eyes, still look good. They don't want you to be mad at them. So they'd rather give you an excuse than just flat out tell you no. And honestly, we play a huge role in that. And this is why we need to stop trying to pitch everybody and take the time to get to know them. It is all about relationships. Okay? So make sure that you're building them. Build the trust. Once again, no trust, no transaction. It's just never going to happen. You don't buy anything from any place that you don't trust. You don't. You wouldn't go to a restaurant where you done heard somewhere they got roaches because you won't trust it. Hello, somebody. Okay? You won't go to a doctor who you've heard has been sued several times for malpractice because you don't trust it. So what about you now as a business owner? Do you give people a reason to trust you? Do you show up consistently? Are you putting out content? Are you providing value and answering the questions and the pressing hot topics that your target audience has? Are you reaching out to people and offering an ear and a shoulder for them to kind of share with you what they've got going on? Are you doing the things that are necessary to establish trust with people? If not, yet another reason why the sales may not be coming in. Okay? So there you go. Now, with all of that said, if you need a little bit of more one-on-one help with this, because all I could do is give you, I gave you the tips, but if you want to get specific, right? Like maybe there was a prospect that you thought you had it in the bag. You thought they were going to say yes, you were going to get that commission. And then all of a sudden, swerve, pivot, something happened. And they kind of backed out of the whole thing. If that's the case, you can bring that conversation to me and I can do a conversation audit. I can take a look and see what was going on there and where we kind of missed the mark and how we can further improve so that you don't have to go through that kind of pain again. But I only do it for the people that are on my VIP list. So make sure that you go to valeriewalton.com and get on Val's Victory VIP list so that you get exclusive access to me and some of the tips, training, tools, and resources that are going to help you grow your business, deliver a bigger impact on the people that you're looking to serve, which in turn helps you to finally make more of the money that you desire and that you deserve. So that's pretty much it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I will see you again, same Profitpreneur time, same Profitpreneur channel, live at 5.